Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out.
We are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Benjamin. If you've never been here before or just listening right now, do not forget to subscribe. A lot of cool stuff going on. I'm going over Black Mirror this month, and this has been just an incredible series. I've been blown away by it. Blown freaking away. And today's we're going to go over Metalhead. And Metalhead, I had no idea what the hell Metalhead was about because it said beware of dogs in the caption when I reviewed the trailer. And I didn't know what that meant because there was no canines inside of this trailer. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a surprise. Maybe there's like rabid wolves or something. But it's a Metalhead. I don't get it. Well, it's this pretty much just... It's the Terminator with 4 legs. Okay, so these little itty bit... By the way, there's going to be a whole bunch of spoilers inside of this. I forgot to tell you. So do not watch this or stop listening if you want to watch and know the ending of... Or if you want to watch it yourself and not know the ending of Metalhead and all the themes of it. And if you want to be surprised like I was. Because I was blown away. So, Metalhead. Okay, so it's pretty much... You're in this post-apocalyptic... region, I guess, and you're put in place in here and you're introduced to this group, this band of people, and they're going inside this factory and they're trying to find something because they're on walkie-talkies. They're like, haven't found the specimen yet or whatever. It wasn't specimen, but something like that. So they're perusing through this factory and they lift up this box and there happens to be this it's pretty much, if you've ever seen Boston Dynamics, Google Boston Dynamics and look up Spot. That's kind of what it looks like, and it's really terrifying because these things exist right now, and it doesn't look like we're super far away from these dogs inside of this post-apocalyptic era or reality. So, oh my God. So, okay, this was my favorite episode just because it was a nonstop chase scene, and it's predator versus prey, or prey versus predator. And it's just, that's what was very, very captivating about this episode, was just that the sheer will to live was what was driving this lady. So they enter this factory, and this band of people, they're looking through all these boxes. This guy happens to get up on one of this gurney and lift up one of these boxes. There happens to be one of these metalheads, the dogs. So one attribute of these dogs is that they, right when they sense some sort of movement or humanity or some sort of probably temperature recognition, maybe infrared or something, because they had some sort of scanning thing later in the episode. So once that is sensed, they just shoot out shrapnel that has tracking devices in it. So already these things are just elaborate. So they shoot these things out, and then it's shrapnel, so it sticks in everybody's bodies, and so they immediately know exactly where these people will be if they evade them. So this thing explodes. This guy falls. They have shotguns on their appendages. So at the end of their 4 legs, they lift up one of their legs, and it's just got this probably 12-gauge shotgun that shoots out, and you're just like, oh my God, these are murderous machines. So they blow a couple of these people away, and then the chase is on. And it's only one. There's only one freaking thing of these pretty much throughout the rest of the episode until later. So you're just battling one of these, and it is nail biting, and you're pretty much crawling out of it's so crazy. So she's running, and she's running away from this dog, and she gets stranded, and she outsmarts the dog for a little bit, and so this is just, I was so pumped at this episode. I just was. Okay, so she outsmarts the dog. She actually blows it away. She defeats the dog. But right as the dog dies, it has a second shrapnel cartridge that shoots out tracking devices. Boom. Right in her face. There's probably like 10 in her. So she's just like, okay, I can't take all these out. I'll bleed out. So... Spoiler. Shut it off now. So it pans out. She commits suicide because she can't take all of these tracking devices out. She knows she's a goner. So it pans out and you see like 30 of these just pretty much, they're just cold steel operating systems that have one design, is to take down humans. And that's what's so terrifying about it. So, and they're just so fast. Like, they're driving away in a car, and it was like, they were going like 35, 40, and this thing is just hauling right behind them, and it's just like, oh my God. Okay. So, but what I really liked about this was that the theme at the end, was no matter how post-apocalyptic, how much despairs inside of your environment itself, you still want to cater to the ones that you love. You still want to have some sort of normalcy inside of your life. So it pans out, and it goes back to the factory of what they were actually trying to find and obtain. And it was a toy factory. And she was trying to replace her child's teddy bear. So they risked everything just to help someone that they loved have a close to normal life, or have something that will give them happiness. And that's what I really, really enjoyed about this episode, was the sheer amount of, it was an enormous twist, and it was just run and gun throughout the entire episode. And then you understand the underlying underpinnings of the mission, and it was to help her child have some sort of something that makes them happy. And it was a beautiful episode, but also it just pushes the idea of like post-apocalypse. It was a different turn on it, because I've seen all of the movies, like Book of Eli, all that stuff. There's not anything that's puts more humanity into it. It's mostly just based on survival. And survival, everybody's cut and run, just mush on, keep moving. There's no time for any sort of pleasure at all. But this one takes a turn, and it allows this idea of humanity itself and wanting to help those that you love. So that's what I really, really, really cherished about this episode. It was cool. It was so freaking cool, the ending. So terrifying, yet cool, yet just like pulse pounding. It was just it was an incredible episode that I absolutely loved. Just because it was so unique. It was unique, and it was refreshing, and it's not just the old post-apocalyptic narrative. So do not forget to subscribe. I loved Black Mirror. Let me know in the comment section down below, if you're watching the live stream or the replay, what you thought about this episode. Did you like it as much as I did? You might. That's impossible, but let me know. And thank you so much for listening and watching. If you want to support the podcast, review us on iTunes. That would be amazing. And if you want to start your own podcast, I created a product. It will tell you pretty much everything you'll need to get on iTunes, and there's a lot of bonus stuff in there. There's a lot in there. So you go to socialcreative.org/podcast, and it's right there. So check that out if you want. Thank you so much for watching. And that's it for the seasons of the series of Black Mirror this season. And I'm really bummed out, man. I'm bummed out. There was only 6 episodes. They were amazing, but I want more, man. So I love this series. Let me know what you thought of this series, for sure. Because, dude, it was... am I the only one? Like, come on. So let me know. Thank you again for listening and watching. Deeply, deeply appreciate it. Matthew Benjamin. Have a good day, folks. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out. What, a hot older woman made you feel her pants? I'm crying.
You don't have the technology or the steady hand to pull off a procedure like that, so